As seen in our previous video, we understood Lok Swarup Bhavana. Lok Swarup Bhavana can be effectively begun by daily glancing around ourselves, noticing all life forms. This simple discipline can serve to recall the different births one has adopted in past. From the anxious ant hurrying on the ground to the thirsty stray dog, to the crippled beggar to the powerful king, we have done it all. Incarnation after incarnation, we have experienced the richest fame and fortune many times over. Yet, in our ignorance, we continue to get excited at the thought of fulfilling each and every desire. High time we realize no matter how often we receive our desired material pleasures, we will continue to remain discontented and unfulfilled. Once we realize that our existence is everlasting, we have been wandering in this lok, the universe, aimlessly. We would want to end this wandering through the ages and redirect our soul to its original state, the state of Godhood or Paramatma. Commitment, focus, detachment, and contentment are other spin offs from the contemplation of Lok Swarup Bhavana. The still, focused mind is the foundation of all other higher spiritual practices. Reflection on this bhavana will make us more humble and compassionate. It makes us realize that we too have been in another's shoes at some point in our karmic past. Scriptures as well as the well-known poet Shakespeare have said, universe is like a stage and all souls are merely actors entering and exiting scenes. Our existence as humans gives us a chance to determine our future. Human birth is a platform from where we can decide which road we wish to travel upon. Either down the drain, ending up as an inferior animal, or soaring heavenwards as a celestial being. We can rise in awareness or drown in despondency. We are forever masters of our own destiny. Investing our time and energy in reflecting upon Lok Swarup Bhavana can turn a spiritual future around. This will take us closer to experiencing inner peace and happiness we so desperately yearn for in these days of Kali Yuga. The next reflection that we'll study now is Bodhi Durlabha Bhavana. Bodhi Durlabha Bhavana means reflections on the rarity of Samyag Darshan. Samyag Darshan means correct view, which means faith, acceptance of the truth of soul. The Bhagavad Gita, sacred to the Hindu faith, states the human mind is the only tool for karmic attachment and salvation. Truly, the mind can be equated to a spiritual ladder. When the mind is aware, it helps us move forwards by freeing us from the shackles of kashais. There are four kinds of kashais: Krodh, which is anger; Lobh, which is greed; Man, which is ego; and Maya, which is deceit. When the mind is unaware, it drags us downwards, entangling us in the negative karma. When the mind is aware, it serves as a pristine. Pristine is a perfect condition belonging to the earliest period, not spoiled, not corrupted, or not polluted. State of pristine is like a beautiful instrument to receive and transmit truth, to inspire and uplift. When the mind is in an unaware state, it works against us. Unaware mind often tricks us into thinking what we want is correct. An unaware mind plays up with logic. An unaware mind makes us believe in examples that lead us to believe that we are right even when we are wrong. This dependency on logic leads us to justifications, reasoning, and excuses which are available for everything. Yes, we get cheated by our own intellect. depending only on our own intellect. From that, one will never know if there is any spiritual rise or fall. If we are unaided by faith and wisdom, so called intellect can even justify our injustice. The following example will help us understand this fact. A man at a bus station saw another's wallet falling in front of him. Being a good person, his first thought was to return the wallet. Then his mind game begins. He starts thinking, for many days I am jobless. I have been praying to God for help, and He helps those who help themselves. This must be His way to help me. I did not intend to steal, nor have I actually stolen anything. It is His divine gift. To ignore it would be an insult to God. This is a good karmic sign. In this way, his intellect made him rationalize holding on to the wallet and went home with no guilt. This rationalization is like a double edged sword. This sword can be used either for our spiritual growth or to justify our misdoings by incorrect perceptions. Such distorted logic has led people to justify even animal sacrifice as offerings to God. Intellect distorts, manipulates, and justifies even killing in the name of God. Indulgence can be justified by calling it love. Drugs and drinks are justified as being stress busters. Violence is being justified as a means of defense. Sensual indulgence being justified as a means of happiness. This is a result of intellect driven by delusion. Mithyatva, which we call delusion, doesn't let one see things as they are. Mithyatva, delusion, leads one in the wrong direction while suggesting it's the right one. Pleasures that are detrimental to our soul are considered of value. Wealth and love are projected as goals of life. This mithyatva, which is meant to be a dutiful slave, becomes a frightful master instead. Spiritual teachings seek to relieve the mind from the delusionary clutches of mithyattvas. Spiritual teachings help recondition mind with right perception or samyaktva. The goal is not to discard the immensely useful intellect, but to purify it. This purification is not only difficult, but also rare. If we train the intellect to work in accordance with the scriptures, mind will begin to expedite spiritual growth through introspection and contemplative study. Reflecting on the nature of Paramatma and his teachings results in clear vision, that is, right perception. Bodhi or Samyag Darshan means knowledge or right perception. Samyag Darshan results in constant awareness of the truth, leading to wisdom that springs from inner experiences. Bodhi Durlabha. Bodhi means true knowledge and Durlabh means rare. To be precise, it is complete faith in the knowledge given by the great Tirthankaras. Aligning our thoughts and emotions with his teachings is Samyak Darshan. This kind of alignment is the only way to free ourselves from the misconceptions and bias. Samyak Darshan is a deep rooted emotion. Samyak Darshan can be termed as a strong subconscious developed by conviction which are based on the words or commandment of Shastras, our own religious scriptures. Intellectually comprehending metaphysical concepts like Atma, Moksha is one thing, whereas actually possessing faith in these truths is another thing altogether. Living with an emotional awareness of these truths is rare. This needs to be our lifetime goal. We must make an Herculean effort to attain Samyak Darshan. Like the statement by the great philosopher Mr. Dag said, one must not regret a lack of awareness when death stands at our door. Bodhi, like the Kohinoor diamond, is rare. Just as The Kohinoor diamond was meant for the emperor. Neither the aristocrat nor the common man could aspire to wear it. Similarly, our inner awareness is a rare treasure that the common man, one who does not possess inner wealth, cannot afford. The scriptures say when we believe in ourselves as a soul, we start experiencing inner wealth. This revelation is the foundation block of Samyak Darshan. After this, the knowledge that one is not a body but a soul surpasses the limits of our intellect and becomes a conviction force spearheading all our spiritual goals. Once we begin to see the world through the lens of Samyak Darshan or Bodhi, all agitations due to physical discomfort vanishes and only spiritual comforts seem to be the consequence. For infinite lifetimes, due to mithyatva, which we call delusion, one has considered love and material comforts a source of happiness. Only with Samyak Darshan one develops true perception of Atma, Karma, Moksha, etc. Samyak Darshan changes the whole approach to life. Money, comforts, sensual pleasures, worldly relationships are rightfully viewed as nothing but hindrances to happiness. Doing puja, pratikaman, or samayik is not enough to get this rare insight. What is more important is to transform our thought processes, beliefs, and inner being through these external practices. We need to change our way of looking at ourselves, our possessions, relationships, wealth, and even our God and Guru. This being such a monumental task, the scriptures have developed a full bhavana just to contemplate on the rarity and difficulty of the virtue of Samyak Darshan. The sole purpose is to initiate a mental and emotional attitude of awareness towards change for the better. This alone helps one to know what is worth achieving and how to achieve it. Sansaric markers like wealth, name, and fame have been achieved lifetime after lifetime. It is time to look within and achieve serenity as only Samyak Darshan can direct one to true peace. With Samyak Darshan, one can continue to experience inner peace and bliss despite external turbulences in life. Truly, whether you are a rock star or a royal person, or what uses your intelligence, creativity, wealth, name, and fame, if you have not achieved anything concerning your spiritual growth in the face of death. Unfortunately, our society's mindset invariably equates material acquisitions with achievement, even mocking those who fail to reach the bar. Constant comparison is a cornerstone of modern life with soaring rates of depression, divorce, crime, and even suicide. On the other hand, scriptures define achievement very differently. Scriptures emphasize that even after earning a human birth in a karma bhumi, land of spirituality, in an Arya Desh, country having religious values, in an Arya Kul, cultured family, having healthy body with all five senses intact, a full lifespan as well as an interest in religion, it is extremely rare to attain Bodhi, that is Samyak Darshan. The ancient scriptures, Yoga Shastra, even stresses that there are higher chances to be born as a Chakravarti or an emperor or a president than attaining Samyak Darshan. The entire purpose of this bhavana is to make one introspect upon the importance and means of attaining Samyak Darshan and then eventually motivating one to strive relentlessly to achieve it soon. A small likeness will help us to gauge the importance of Samyak Darshan in our lives. Just as a magnetized piece of iron can lift about 12 times its own weight, but when demagnetized, it will not lift even a feather. In the same way, a person magnetized by Samyak Darshan can do wonders when it comes to shading off karmas and purifying the soul. Tamli Tapas, a Hindu sannyasi, used to observe complete fasts for 2 days. and then have meals only for a day and again fast for 2 days. He performed this penance for 60,000 years. The scriptures say the amount of karmas that he could shed with this kind of tapasya can be easily shed by a person possessing Samyak Darshan. Even if he does a Navkarsi. Navkarsi means restraining from food for 45 minutes after sunrise. This is absolutely unbelievable, but true. Being generous, good thoughts, good conduct, tapasya or austerity, all possess immense capacity to shade off karmas. But when coupled with Samyak Darshan, their capacity to shade off karmas increases manifold, just like the magnetized piece of iron. This bhavana aims to shake us out of mental lethargy, tutoring us with a critical lesson. Bodhi is inner awareness, the ultimate achievement. We have infinite riches within ourselves. Once we open our eyes and develop the vision of Samyak Darshan, we can behold the treasure house of infinity that we possess. Samyak Darshan will make us aware of our own potential, our infinite intelligence, our infinite wealth, and our infinite happiness, and much more. So, the first milestone worth achieving on the path to moksha is to strive for Samyak Darshan. Samyak Darshan is the ultimate achievement. Achieve it, magnetize yourself. If you like the video, please don't forget to subscribe and push the bell button.